So you're welcome to today's teaching where we are going to be breaking down GBP USD using our pure price action trading system. Okay, let's use the forex.com broker. We are going to be breaking down GBP USD, understanding the pair and seeing how we can tap into a real-time trade entry opportunity, right? And this is the exact same system that you can use in trading every single pair. Now, this does not mean you should trade every pair. Just look for one pair that you like, or at max 2 pairs, and stick to it. Okay, so now what is the first thing that we do when we come onto the charts? The first thing that we do, right, is to identify the real-time point where price is at. As we can see, the real-time point where price is at this window here. Then what is the next thing? The next thing is to read the structures that sends prices to that point. What are the structures? From here, we can see prices make clear bearish structures, right? Lower highs, lower low, right here, price made lower low right here, lower high, lower low. Then right now, this particular move is the active move in the market currently. This bullish move that took prices for a retracement is the active move. Okay. Now, when with this bullish move that took prices for a retracement, when is it going to end? It is going to end where we see a change of character. As soon as we see a change of character, then that ended this bullish move, then prices will continue to make a lower low. But without the change of character, it means that this bullish move is the current active structure on the monthly time frame. This bullish move is the current active structure on the monthly time frame. Remember that what in a bearish structure, right? They are wave of bullish moves. These bullish moves are called retracement. Direction of trend retracement. Direction of trend retracement. What ends a retracement? Change of character ends a retracement. Okay. So now this means that currently, because we've not seen a change of character, right? It means that the bullish move is still the most active move, is still the most active structure of prices. That is, price is still making all of this retracement. Okay, so what are the retracement structures? Let's expand it a bit. What are the retracement structures? From here, we can see prices make push and exhaustion. Push and exhaustion. Clear structures of higher highs and higher lows. Push and exhaustion. Increasing structures. This is the last higher low of this particular structure. So all of these are, any of these ones are just small structures. So all of these are push, and we must see a change of character of this higher low here to ascertain that yes, this bullish move, which is the retracement, is done, and prices can continue knocking, itself down to create a lower low. But without that change of character, it means that this bullish move that started on September 1st, 2022, almost 4 years of bullish push on GBP USD, it means that this bullish push is still active. This bullish push is close to 4 years old. That means it is still active. Any sell is a retracement, any buy is in the direction of trend until we see a change of character, a monthly change of character. And we've identified currently the monthly low. This is the monthly low right there. This is the weak point right here. We must see that change of character. But without the change of character, it means that what? It means that it simply means that the bullish movement, the bulls are in control of prices. Without a change of character, it means that the bulls are in control of prices, okay? And the overall or the current structure of prices on GBP USD is the bullish movement, okay? Remember, all of these are done on the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame that defines where price is going, okay? So now, since I know that GBP USD is bullish on the monthly time frame, this means that if I go onto my entry time frames, right, and I am buying, it means I am buying in the direction of trend. If I go onto my monthly time frame and I'm selling, it means I'm selling against the direction of trend. Because clearly we can all see right now that the current direction of trend is bullish. And price has been bullish, like I said, for almost 4 years now. You can see this weak rejection here. That's where it started. And what? September 2022. Okay, that's when all of this clear bullish move started of higher highs and higher lows. And we can all see that the last higher low, which is this one, is still holding. There has not been a change of character. So that means price is still clearly on higher highs and higher lows. And it is going to keep being like that until a change of character eventually happens. Okay. So, but since a change of character has not happened, this means on GBP USD we are clearly bullish. So what will I do? I'll just tag them. Here I'll tag it as monthly higher low, and this stop point I'll tag it as monthly resistance. Okay, so what everything I explained here, let me just explain it again. I know I have, right? But you can see these are bearish structures, right? So now, since price is making clear bearish structure, okay, so now since 2002 price has started all of this bullish move. All this bullish move started in 2002 and price is still making the bullish move. Now what ends a retracement, or opportunity direction on trade, either or, what ends it is what? Change of character. It's a change of character that will allow us to know that this retracement is done and prices is continuing in the direction of trend. Okay, so but without that retracement, it means that price is still on higher highs and higher lows, and this bullish move is still active because the retracement has not happened. So that is exactly what is going on right here. Because the change of character has not happened, then our bullish move, because of that, our bullish move is still very, very active, and GBP USD is still a very, very bullish pair. Okay, any sell, retracement, any buy direction of trend up until a change of character eventually happens. Okay, so now that we've understood that, we understand that GBP USD is very bullish. We'll now take it to the weekly time frame. Okay, so now on the weekly time frame, okay, we've zoned our range of focus, right, to this monthly low and this high right here. This is our range of focus. However, before we go on to our range of focus, the same structures I read on the monthly time frame, let's just go ahead and read those same structures here again, just to buttress our point. So from here, right, this is push to this level. Then what the prices do, prices made an exhaustion here. Okay, then price continued higher high, higher low, higher high right here, higher low. And remember I said this one started in what? In year 2022. So price has been bullish, creating clear higher highs and higher lows since year 2022, allowing us to know that the bulls are in charge. Okay, they've been in charge for 3.5 years now, going to 4 years, right? So now within this low and this high, any sell is a retracement, any buy is in the direction of trend until a change of character happens. Okay, until this last higher low gets taken off. When this last higher low gets taken off, then yes, we can now say that okay, the overall sell has continued, but till then, the bulls are in charge till then. Okay, the bulls are fully in charge. So we can just push this up to the exact tip. Okay, so monthly high resistance, monthly higher low, and we will now take this window, right? We'll now focus on our range of focus. Okay, so now instead of reading the range of focus on the weekly time frame, let's just take it to the daily time frame just to expand it a bit more and read the structures a bit better. Yes, I can read them on the weekly, which is this time frame, but the daily just allows me to expand them a bit more. Okay, and we have to just be a bit flexible. Yes, we are doing a top-down analysis, and I'm not skipping any time frame. Okay, but the daily time frame allows me to expand this my range of focus a bit better and read the structures a bit better. So I'm going to take that. Okay, so now on the daily time frame, this is the daily time frame. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Okay, let me just zoom in a little bit. Okay, and remember this is the range of focus between the monthly resistance and the monthly higher low points. This is the range of focus. So now what is going on within this range of focus? From here, right, from here, prices made push, rest phase. After this, it made a small structure, yeah, but eventually made a big one and the biggest one right here. But let's just read everything. After this, it made a small push, exhaustion. It made a bigger one, push, exhaustion. Then price made push to this level. Then after prices made a push to that level, what the prices do? Prices came down to this particular point for an exhaustion. Okay, so apart from the video teachings I'm giving you guys, I sat down and I decided to write a course out. And what is the essence of writing this course out? The essence is so that apart from the videos, this course is going to be your guide. This course you can print it out so that when you want to trade, when you want to read structures, there are already diagrams of all these things. I screenshotted a lot of things there are diagrams that you just put by the side of your desktop or of your laptop as you are trading. The written course is your guide. So the written course is very essential for anyone looking to have access to that. Very, very essential. It's just going to be your guide. Okay, especially in terms of structure circles. You can print it, put it at the side of your laptop, and just read and just follow up with it. If you want the written course, you can hit me up. Okay, so now let's read the structures again. From here, right? Remember, this is push, this is exhaustion. After this price is made a small structure here, push exhaustion, but this one was in between a bigger structure, push exhaustion. So this one has, this is the biggest structure among these three. Then prices went, made a small one here, but only to eventually turn this level here to an higher low by creating an higher high. Okay, so this now became the last higher low point of prices. This is the last higher low point of prices. So all of these are just clear bearish structures of higher highs and higher lows that we said GBP USD is on. Okay, so we said GBP USD is on clear structures of higher highs and higher lows, and we can all see. You can see this to 2025, all clear structures of higher highs and higher lows, as we can all see. So right now that we've identified the last higher low on the daily time frame, we are just going to go ahead and tag that level a daily HL, daily higher low point. So here we'll do this as a monthly resistance. Here we'll tag this as a daily higher low point, and we will now read this entire window as our range of focus. This window is our range of focus. So now we are on the daily time frame, right? And just like I mentioned, on the 4 hours, we will not be identifying zones on the 4 hours again. Okay, the daily time frame. Remember, the monthly, weekly, and daily are our big time frames, right? So those are the time frames where we'll be identifying zones. Okay, like you can see, identify daily higher low, all of those things, stuff like that. So it stops on the daily time frame. On the 4 hours time frame, it's a time frame for execution. The only thing I can identify on the 4 hours time frame is my PRA. If I don't see my PRA on the daily, then I can identify it on the 4 hours. But if I see my PRA on the daily, there's no need of me identifying my PRA on the 4 hours. I've already seen it. My 4 hours is just for execution. Put my stop loss, put my take profits, and make my money. Okay. So what are we doing right here? I'll bring the Fibonacci from the low, take it to the high right here. And what are we saying? My entry, as we all know, is at 78.6. Okay, and here we can spot a resistance / 78.6, indicating a strong PRA. So we are just going to go ahead and write that. This is what resistance / 78.6, indicating a strong potential reversal area. So I've been able to identify my PRA on the daily time frame, which means on the 4 hours time frame, it's just basically execution. Okay, put my stop loss at a 4 hour stop loss level, and my take profits at the highest level. Okay, so now option 1 for entry is what? My resistance / 78.6 PRA, and I'm also going to show you my second case of entry in case prices does not get to this resistance / 78.6 PRA. Because the truth, right, is that prices reject either the 61.8 or the 78, either of these two levels. Sometimes you might wait for 78.6 and 61.8 will send prices back up, and you'll be wondering that, oh, you should have entered at 61.8, right? However, 78.6 gives us the best risk to reward. So far prices comes here, it gives us the best risk to reward. Okay, so but either or, right, I'm going to show you how to tap into your entry on 78 or tap into your entry on 61.8, just in cases where price does not come to 78.6. Okay, so now we've seen all these sales coming down, right? We've identified 78.6 around here. 61.8 is, somewhere around, let's just put, an horizontal line around 61.8, just to indicate that, yes, price has already gotten to 61.8. We are only waiting for prices to stretch to 78.6. So all of these zones here is to 61.8, means price has got to 61.8, and may from there decide to take off. You understand? We never know, right? But how do I tap into my entry? First of all, if I'm entering with 78.6, what am I going to do? I'm going to place my buy pinpoint right here. In fact, my buy limit is going to be here as soon as market opens. Then my stop loss is going to be at the last higher low. Remember, the last higher low must be below 78.6. So I'll come here. Where is the last higher low point? Okay, something is interesting, I can see an higher low right here. So I'm going to put my stop loss below that particular higher low point. That's where my stop loss is going to be. So let's take this off. Let's put an horizontal line there just so that, you know, yes, you can see the horizontal line is there. So let's put our stop loss just below that level. Okay, then where's our take profit? Entry at 78.6, right? Take profits at the highest level of rejection right here. So what am I going for? We are going for about a 1 to 6.9 risk to reward. Okay, at max, maybe we could get like a 1 to 7, you know, risk to reward of prices by buying on this resistance. Stop loss at the low. This is a beautiful 1 to 7 trade. Stop loss, remember the stop loss is below 78.6. You know, it's at this line right here, just below 78.6. Very important that your stop loss must be below 78.6. So far you're entering with the 78.6 Fibonacci level. Look for a low that is below 78.6 and place your stop loss. For example, right? For example, okay, let me draw it out again. For example, if we see prices make movements like this, and there's a change of character, you want to sell, right? And there's a change of character, and prices comes to the 78.6, which is just right here. What do? You place your buy at 78.6, then your stop loss, look for the last higher low. You can see this last higher low right here, which is below 78.6. Just give it a little space, then buy to the top for about 1 to 7. So that is just the idea of what I'm talking about right here. So your stop loss, if so far you're entering the 78.6 Fibonacci level, look for the last higher low, which is below 78.6, and strike your buy. Okay, and you know, you'll be riding for a very beautiful 1 to 7. So now, in cases, right, where prices does not get to the 78.6, okay, prices does not get there, how do we still tap into our entry? Maybe this 61.8, which is right here. Remember, I put this line here to represent 61.8, right? If this 61.8 decides to, you know, if this 61.8, let's just add it 61.8 fib. Okay, if this 61.8 decides to send prices back up and does not come back to 78.6, okay, so what do we do? How do we tap into our entry? We'll read the structures. Okay, let's read the structures from here. We can see all this push, exhaustion, push, exhaustion, push, exhaustion, right? Small structures, either or push, exhaustion, push, exhaustion. So this is the last lower high. Then what am I going to do? We are going to wait for a change of character at this last lower high right here. Identify lower high. Okay, prices, you know, must give us a change of character. Then we'll buy at a discount. At the discount, we'll buy and swing to the entire top. Okay, so in case price does not come to the 78.6, we are still going to make money on this pair because we've identified the last lower high. Wait for a change of character. Then at 61.8, you place for your very beautiful buy. Stop loss at the low right here. Then buy back to the entire top. So this is going to be our fate in case prices, you know, in case prices does not give the 78.6 entry. Wait for a clear change of character at 61.8. Wait for a discount and buy back to the top. Easy. So these are just the ways by which we are able to tap into our entry. So now this week we should get an entry with either, you know, we should get an entry with either the change of character, you know, which is this, or the 78.6, you know, entry. So one of the two should give us an opportunity this week on GBP/USD, and you know, we'll be looking to make money with that. Hopefully,